Oh, I just dropped my phone. But you know we live. Ah, Victory Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, we done brought in the new year. Amazing fashion. I just got one question for America. I got one question for you, Chaz. Who got it better than us?
Nobody.
Nobody,
I had a
man.
feeling it was coming, bro. Had a feeling it was coming.
Yes, sir. You already know what's going on. Yeah, man. But before we get to that, congratulations to Washington. Congratulations to Michigan and Texas and Alabama for making the playoffs. But in this fashion, we got to do an NFL first
Yep.
and then finish with the college boys because they got the championship game. All right, NFL rundown. Key things happen this week,
Yeah.
especially in favor of your boys.
What? What the boys? What happened to the boys, man? What they do?
I know where you think I'm going with this, but that's not where I'm going. Philly lost to Arizona.
Yep.
Philly lost to Arizona, and now the NFC East is on a platter for Dallas
Wide open.
to go take care of business in Washington, who is decimated right now. Hold on, I'm getting the call. I'm gonna let you.
Let
I'm
me
gonna let
work.
you. I'm gonna let you work.
So Washington is reeling. I have no worries about Washington. But the moral of this story is Philly is dying the exact way they play. Slow and painfully. They play so methodically and slow and just like they don't even want to be there. And that's exactly how their season is dying. It started off high, and now just week after week after week, they keep taking a step back, man. And I can't remember actually ever seeing a team with the pedigree that Philly has, fresh off a Super Bowl, start so hot and then tail off like this at the end of the year. Because usually, they got the Super Bowl hangovers and stuff like that. But usually that slump is early, right? Like you start getting those gears grinding later in the year, but not with Philly. Philly is, what were they, 11-1, 10-1, and now they're playing their worst football of the season. They let Kyler and them come to Philly and get that dub, bro.
In the link,
their old DC in the link. It's unparalleled, bro. I've never seen anything like it, bro. Like what I was talking about when you was gone, Melly, is the trajectory that Philly is on. Like I've never seen a team start so hot like this and just tail off with the championship pedigree that Philly has. Like we see it with bums, like when Pittsburgh went 11-0 and when Minnesota was on fire last year. But not with championship level teams like Philly coming fresh off a Super Bowl. We just don't see it.
off a Super Bowl, but sometimes with that Super Bowl hangover, teams don't even come out as good as they do because, like they said, like to your point, they Steichen is gone, they DC gone. You know what I'm saying, and they basically gotta start with a brand new staff and try and recreate what they did over again. Which while they was winning ugly, and everybody was like, "Oh, a win is a win." And for me, being somebody, I like to see teams like overcome adversity in the regular season because it shows later on. But in this case, it just looked like they was just squeaking them out. And some of these other teams, you know what happened on that bell curve? You winning them
Yep.
games, and you go on the other side of that curve, you losing them games. We seen that happen with Minnesota this year. Stop playing. You can't play with fire in this league.
Yeah.
And Dallas, we know Dallas is a very good team. They was really set back a little bit by that Dak injury, having to switch quarterbacks, and they were still right there with Philly. And now this year, it's looking like that offense is new and improved with the what we like to call it,
The Texas
the, the,
Coast.
the Texas Coast,
The Texas Toast offense that
Yeah,
McCarthy built in his kitchen.
yeah. I think he'd much rather have some Texas toast than.
I didn't even talk about Fat Mike, man, because I ain't touched on the game at all yet. So you want to
Nah,
transition into that Detroit Dallas primetime game? Whole
let's
country's watching.
Yeah,
Go
let's
ahead, you got it,
whole
because I'm
whole
I'm
country,
biased, so you go ahead.
whole country. I'm biased. I'm biased for Detroit, but whole country's watching, and
Not for real.
eh, I'd rather Detroit win than Dallas. But uh, to get back on my point, Dallas comes in, they're America's team, and Detroit is America's sweetheart, and they're the Cinderella story, glass slipper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dan Campbell, they got the head coach, they got the QB on the redemption arc. They got rookie player, like it's everything going in their way. Aiden Hutchinson, just people all over the field. Rookie Brian Branch coming out of nowhere. Well, he didn't come out of nowhere. He was all SEC. But Jameson Williams redeeming himself, coming back, coming along towards the end of the year. Amon Ra's been solid since he got there. So everybody's rooting for the underdog. Everybody loves the underdog story, the redemption story. And in this case, at the end of the game, we seen it. Everybody's seen it. Even if you ain't watched the game, they run a trick play for a 2-point conversion. They get it. They convert it. Big man Tutty. Crazy. Balls. They say the man need a wheelbarrow for them balls. But pause. But he
Sheesh.
he then gets a flag after it's converted, which I get it. That's normal protocol for that play. But bro, the video evidence is crazy against this man.
Heartbreak.
The video evidence is crazy because they like, well, if he didn't tell him he was reporting as eligible, then what did he hear? What did he comprehend? And you was telling me he didn't check in, but they showed multiple angles and
Just
showed
check in.
Jared
You check in.
and they showed Jared Goff sending him to him. Like it's in 4K. It
Yeah.
don't get no better than
Yeah,
this
he
evidence
checked
that they
in.
got. So I'm like, dog, what is going on here? We got it looked like the NFL script allegations is not getting beat this year.
Yeah.
So
So, I mean, the story is like the fact that the officiating in the NFL has been terrible forever, right? And this year it's been really bad. I heard that this is the same crew that blew that PI against MVS at the end of the Chiefs Packers game that hurt a lot of parlays that weekend.
and they had a no call against Miami and every call in Philly's favor on a
Yeah.
Monday night game. Same
So
ref.
so this officiating crew is already sus as it comes. And this cannot continue to happen because of the simple fact that the NFL opened its door to the gambling markets, bro. So before it was just, okay, my team lost, it hurts. But now there's about to be financial ramifications for every call and no call and missed call. And I would not be surprised if we start seeing some litigation going on. Some refs getting sued, the league getting sued. I don't know what type of stuff, but the door is open. The door is open, and the Lions blatantly got cheated, right? Let me throw this out there right now. As a Cowboys fan, the Lions got cheated. We all seen it. But
That was flagrant.
everybody needs to slow down on saying we would have won the game if they didn't call that, because there was still 25, 26 seconds left. That's 2 completions. So, yeah, they got cheated, but it's not like, okay, if they score and they go up by 1 point, the game is over. There's still 25, 26 seconds left. And we're indoor. Dallas got the best kicker in the league right now. So who's to say what could have happened? So don't just say that automatically like the game was blown off that call. Sure, I would have loved to see it happen. And like I told y'all, let us bang with that last 26 seconds and see if we can go get 3.
Yeah,
that would have been a fair way to end it, but we got robbed of that ending.
But it always seemed like in the biggest moments when everybody's watching, it's the holidays, everybody cozied up. You got this game on, and even if you wasn't watching, similar to the Super Bowl, the holding call at the end of that game, you like, why not let you just ruin Philly's chance of like even getting a fair shot at answering. So like it's the same thing where on your end, you like, well, y'all could have went for 2. Our offense was humming the whole game. Y'all couldn't cover a grain of rice with a bed sheet. Like we sitting up here. CD Lamb had 200 yards. America.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that too.
CD Lamb had 200 yards. Record breaking performance. Shout out to him. That's a fantasy receiver. But bro, I think that's why Dan Campbell called that play and he went for it on 2 as many times as he did, because you get out there, like you said, to your point, Brandon Aubrey come out there. He has not missed. He's technically not a rookie, but he is a rookie. They throw it to Cooks, they throw it to Ferguson, they throw it to anybody that game. And they right back in it. And he's good from like probably 50 plus.
Yeah, I
We
think
ain't
he's
seen
good
him.
from around 60. I would say 62, 63 would have been the target line there
Yeah.
indoor. They was saying on the broadcast that he is claiming to be good from 68, 69, 70, right? And of course, I think that's a little embellishment, but 63, 64, I could see that going down for sure.
You know how it is when you know it's no pressure on you. You kicking it far.
Yeah, exactly.
You kicking it far. Ain't nobody caring. It don't count for nothing. So
So tell me this real quick before we go on to CD's historic breaking night. Dan seemed like he was foaming at the mouth a bit and kind of lost sight of the goal during that 2-point try. After the first one got called back, everybody, we were all in agreement. You know, we watched games together, basically. Me, you, Stilo, Mike.
yeah.
We were all in agreement. Yo, go for 2 right now. But
Mm-hmm.
once you don't get it, and that 2-point conversion goes from the 2-yard line to the 7-yard line, maybe it's time to think, okay, let's tie this ball game up. Let's play defense. It's not like it was a Big 12 shootout, 56 to 62. Last guy with the ball gonna win. Like, it wasn't that. It was 20 to 21 or 20 to 19. It was a low scoring game. So I think Dan probably should have took a step back and realized on that second attempt, all right, we just got robbed. Let's just kick this field goal and let's see what happens from here. But not only does he not do that, he goes for it. We bail him out by Micah jumping off sides, which had no effect on the play. That failed. The play that failed from the 7. And they go for it a third time. Like, damn, bro, how many times do you got to be bailed out, bro?
Since CeeLo ain't here, I'm gonna say it for him. He didn't listen to the football gods. They told you 3 times to kick the ball after you didn't get it on a. The refs took it from you the first time.
Yeah.
You got an offsides penalty, so you got a free play, which looked like a disaster anyway. And then the third time, what are you calling? You don't have that's your best red zone play is you go for 2. It's the highest percentage play you got.
Yeah.
And all the signs said kick it and trust your defense. They got rested. They wasn't on the field. Put everybody at the 50-yard line and don't let nobody get past that.
And Jared Goff, dude, he was bad all night, bro. That 2-point conversion throw, both of them were terrible throws. I mean, it wasn't until that last drive of the game when Dallas hopped in prevent defense was he able to walk down the field and go get a 6, go get a score.
Yeah, I mean, it was straight up
Sam
Laporta.
Before that, he was trash all night. Jared Goff shrunk in the moment. And I know a lot of people make excuses for Goff, like, hey, he different at home, you know? I mean, we still in the dome, bro. I don't know if you ever been to Jerry World. I haven't, but it's a big dome. No wind. The roof was closed. Come on now. What's the excuses, Jared? Why are you so inaccurate? Like, you can't hit a flat route, an arrow route, an out route? Come on, bro. What's going on, man? What's really going on? Jared need to tighten up.
My expectations coming. You know what it is. Yeah. Expectations coming. But hey, man, while we got this little transition, I want to tell y'all, it's 406 of y'all that subscribed right now. Go ahead, do me a favor. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button. We real close to 500. That halfway point. It's free. It don't cost you nothing. Just click subscribe and see what it'll do for you. But anyway, bro, let's get to these other games. Cause
all right, shout out CD, man, breaking Michael Irving's record, receptions in a year, yards in a year. Love it. Just had to give him a quick shout out for that.
Yeah, shout out to him. That was my fantasy receiver. He got me a good 40 piece. I made a critical
Jeez.
error. I made a critical error and it didn't take Raheem Mostert out. And CD Lamb covered for that. So
Carry in
shout
the
out.
chip.
He carried him and Dak. Them was my receiver. So I should have had he should have had 2 touchdowns. Dak should have had 3 touchdowns, but he fumbled
Yep.
through the end zone. But anywho, we got some other big stories, man. Besides that, we had a little bit of controversy as we get to this next game. Before this upcoming week of Sunday games, it was said that Lamar Jackson is not the MVP because of his numbers. Now, they say he like middle in the pack passing, but his team has the best record in football. So
when did the MVP not become a narrative award? It's always been a narrative award forever. When did it stop being a narrative award?
Best team, best player. We know who get it. I don't believe. I think it's something Munoz, the lady's name that said this. I'm gonna get to it in a second, but she said he wasn't quarterbacky enough.
Whatever that means.
Whatever that means. I want to get the audio so y'all get the full gist. If you haven't already, I'm sure y'all have heard it. But here it go, real quick. Hold on. Let me get it up.
To be quarterback. And to me, Lamar Jackson's just a great athlete, and he's done a really good job. And this is just racist.
He said it. He said it was racist, but her name is Monez Belanos. She Hispanic, so like she ain't white, so it ain't straight up saying she racist, but it's a little inherent bias there. That's what I'll put it. Everybody was like downing her, and she like was trying to get on Twitter and back up his stats by saying he is middle of the road, but his team has the best record and the best his team has the best record by far and probably the toughest conference. He's leading the division too.
And beat all the best teams in the league.
And he's the reason that they're winning these games.
Yeah.
So wouldn't that therefore make him like what is that team without Lamar? What is that
they're probably Lamar? The Steelers. Without Lamar, they're the Steelers, bro.
So if you putting him up against what was it last week? It was Brock Purdy. It was CMC. We saw when Brock Purdy ain't play well, when shit wasn't on time for him, he struggled. And then we go over to CMC, calf strain. They still roll right along without him. I'm not saying that Christian McCaffrey not dynamic, but the impact, we know quarterback is the most important position, and he makes the most impact. And he came out there, and I think he only missed a couple passes, touch passes. He thrown off 1 foot to OBJ on the rope on the side. Like, this is most valuable player stuff. And this is the Miami Dolphins. They AFC East division champ. The 49ers last week was the leader of their division. They gonna win that division. So like he's dominating the best of the best and showing why and separating himself. And to say the other thing that's wrong with her point, I know this is getting a little long-winded. There's more than one way to play in quarterback in this league now. It's not the typical quarterback in this league is not a statue anymore.
Yeah.
Most of these quarterbacks that's coming in now is athletic. They got something to them. I don't care if it's the most basic QB you got. They got something to them. Ain't nobody out there. Even Big Ben has something to him, but in his later years he was a statue. Tom Brady, right? You know what I'm saying? To some degree. No, Drew Brees wasn't taking off. Peyton Manning wasn't taking off. But most of these guys have something to them to where they can move around and they can create. And everybody wants a Patrick Mahomes, a Lamar Jackson, a Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence. They all are mobile.
Joe Burrow, yep.
They just not as mobile as Lamar. So he gets slighted for being faster than everybody and more elusive than everybody.
Yeah.
So he gets called a running back. I don't know, bro. I just think people bias shows when they they letting the game pass them by and they not seeing what's in front of them and appreciating what's in front of them right there at that moment.
Good point. I mean, I could go on for days about Lamar's effect on the defense and his impact on the game, but I'm not even going to give her that much time, bro, because we all know what she's saying is preposterous. You don't come here if you don't know sports. Everybody who's listening to 111 show knows sports, knows what's going on. What's the next game on the docket? Talk to me.
I'll bring it up, man. Before we got to Miami, and we had the Rams and the Giants.
Rams Giants. Okay.
Rams Giant. What a game, man. It looked like the Rams were supposed to just dominate, and if they would have lost that game, their playoff chances go to like 12%. And they was playing with fire. There was an extra point and a bad pass by Tyrod Taylor away from being out of the playoffs.
It's crazy what Tyrod doing for the Giants, bro. It's crazy. Like his immediate impact on the Giants when old Tommy Boy got benched last week. We saw it right away. And then this week it's like, bro, don't bet against the Giants right now. Don't bet on the Giants right now because we don't know what it's gonna be. But Tyrod doing all the Tyrod things, he's checking all the Tyrod boxes. We know what Tyrod gonna do. He gonna extend plays, he gonna break a couple big runs, and at one or two different critical points in the game, Tyrod's throwing a bomb over somebody's head. And we got all of those things right on cue, bro. So Tyrod was scary. I mean, I know he got hurt too, which is why DeVito was forced in. But, you know, I'm glad to see the Giants bang in the end of the season, bro, because they don't have nothing to fight for. And you don't want to just let the Rams, you know, come to town and just walk all over you. And they made it tough on them, bro. And the Rams are one of the hottest teams in the league. Maybe 2 weeks ago, they were the hottest team. Now it's obviously Baltimore. But the Rams have been playing good football, and they can't afford a hiccup at this point because right now, the NFC race is close, is hot. I know as of today, it would be a 3-6 matchup between the Rams and the Lions in the first round of the NFC playoffs. But the Rams are currently the 6 at 9-7. Looking in, not quite eliminated yet, but looking in, we got Seattle at 8-8, New Orleans at 8-8. They had a big win this weekend. We'll get to them later. And I mean, Minnesota at 7-9. I don't think Minnesota's catching LA, but the Saints and the Seahawks, they're looming, bro. They waiting for you to make that one mistake. And the Rams were able to take care of business. So shout out Sean McVay,
bro. We skipped the game, bro. We skipped the game. My bad.
We talking about Joe?
Yeah, we're talking about Joe. We're talking about old Joe Cool, Joe Flacco, man.
Let's talk Flack, man. Let's talk Flack.
3 TD passes. And they clinch a spot in the playoffs with the 37-20 win over the Jets. Now, who's hotter than freaking Joe Flacco off the couch?
Michael Penix is the only nigga hotter than Joe Flacco in the nation right now. If it ain't Michael Penix, it's Joe Flacco, bro.
I mean, he puts on a show in Houston. Amari Cooper breaks the Browns record. Then comes out next week and he's like, Amari Cooper ain't here. I'll throw it to Njoku. You know what I'm saying? And let Njoku go have a 100-yard game. Matthew right on Jedi Master. That arm's still live. In case anybody was knowing. He looked like he was back at Delaware. But hey, man. What can I say? It was ups and downs, but the Browns defense, CeeLo and them not here, but they defense, I could see why y'all had them. They were so high on CeeLo was so high on the Browns.
Yeah,
because that defense is ridiculous. And then you can see what a competent quarterback play can do for you.
Exactly.
I mean, Deshaun Watson didn't have a losing record as a starter this year, technically, in the games he did play. But you see if a QB is executing what that Browns team can be, and they can compete with the Ravens.
Look, man, the Browns about to pop Jacksonville. If that's how it's going to be 4 or 5 matchup, Browns going to Jacksonville, they going down there to Florida, they getting a dub. They drowning them niggas in the swamp. I'm 100% sure about it. Bet it right now if you can. Yeah, I don't like this Jacksonville team. It looks like they're going to win the South. They're probably going to win the South still, right? Don't you think? The AFC South?
The Texans got a chance.
Let's see. Who's the Texans playing this week?
The Texans got a chance.
It's 9-7, 9-7, 9-7. Colts, Jags, Houston. So right now, Jacksonville's 4-1 in the division. So I'm sure they got the tiebreakers over both them niggas. So yeah, I mean, back to the Brownies, bro. The Browns defense is one that nobody in the playoffs wants to see. It's the first defense we've seen go to San Francisco and shut down Kyle Shanahan's offense. I mean, absolutely put them in a bind. And Jim Schwartz is the reason for it. So it's like, I don't want to play the Browns right now if Flacco going to be playing like this, dude. I mean, there's a lot of teams I would rather see before the Browns. And I think Kansas City might be on that list. I think I don't know, Buffalo and Cleveland probably around the same, bro. Like, I really don't want to see either one of them. But in the AFC wise, I mean,
I do not want to see. I do not want to see the
fourth,
Browns, bro.
They like the fourth most dangerous team in the AFC, in my opinion, right now.
And it's because of the defense. Usually, you know, we be thinking about like, oh, quarterback, because you think Bills, you think quarterback play, like he could take you out the game, but they whole defense can just shut you down. They got 3 running backs that they rotating, and I'm sure they'll get Amari Cooper back. I don't know about Elijah Mitchell, but Njoku has been on fire. So, with that being said, I don't want to play them because if they keep you under 20 points, they can get 22, 25. Yeah. All you got to do is keep you under 20, and they can win the game. So, shout out to the Browns, man. Way to overcome having to play 4 QBs this year.
Insanity.
So, yeah, dog. Moving along the docket to get back on time. Bears, Falcons. Justin Fields trying to keep his job.
The GDs fuck with Cub.
Justin Fields trying to keep his job, man.
The GDs like Jay Fields.
268 yards in the tub, 1 on the ground. Atlanta defense was looking tough. I thought it was going to give him problems, but no problem for him. Rain, sleet, or snow. Dirty Birds get washed. What's going on with them, man? They about to drop the division or what?
I'll tell you exactly what's going on with them. As you know, I was high on Atlanta before the season, but I think Justin Fields just had his audition, bro, for the next team he gonna be playing for next year. The starting quarterback of your Atlanta Falcons, Justin Fields. I'm saying it right now, early, because the Bears locked up the number 1 pick, with Carolina being in the state that they're in. We'll be nice. We know JB's here. We'll be nice. With Carolina being in the state that they're in, the Bears have their pick. So if I was the Bears, I would still take one of these. No, let me stop lying. I would still take Caleb, right? He's the only one. I would still take Caleb 1. And I think Justin would be a nice fit in Atlanta right now. You know, they're not going to have to open, the Brinks truck up for him. They're not going to have to back up the Brinks. They're going to be able to put him on a team-friendly deal for what, 2-3 years, 2 years guaranteed. Let him go down there and prove it. Atlanta's problem is they have no offensive identity. Last year, we thought they were going to be a run-heavy, run-first team, and they did it successfully last year. So we thought they would just carry that over this year. And Bijan would be, the lead horse over there and get all these carries. It's not coming to fruition, bro. And it's because they can't get an efficient pass game going. Taylor Heineke is cool. He's good and cool, but he's not going on the road and getting you a dub at this point in the year, bro. So it's like they're just a team without an offensive identity, and it's going to trickle over into the defense. It's going to affect the defense, and the defense didn't play as well because the offense ain't helping them out, ain't getting them off the field. So, yeah, that's Atlanta, bro. Justin Fields City. And that boy from Georgia, ain't he? Ain't he from Georgia?
Yeah, he's from Georgia. I don't remember who said it, but they said it's like having the 2016, 2017 Warriors and running the offense through Andrew Bogut.
Andrew Bogut, yeah. It's like in 2015 running the offense through Harrison Barnes, really. That's really what it is.
Andrew Bogut and Harrison Barnes, that's what y'all running it through.
Yeah, fact.
It's so stupid, bro. But let's get down the list. We already talked Eagles, Cardinals. Shout out to Kyler, 3 touchdown passes. James Conner He had 2 tuds. He had 1 receiver and 1 rushing, 128 yards. Greg Dortch had a dog ass play at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, he stepped up in a major way. But we already covered that game.
Shout out to Arizona, man. The NFC East killers. They almost knocked off the G-men. Daniel Jones had to lead a game-winning drive. They was down 28. They was down like 28 to Arizona. The G-men fought back. They was the only ones that was able to bang it out with Arizona. Arizona came and knocked off Dallas in Dallas. They went and knocked off Philly in Philly. Arizona not playing with the East, bro. They trying to get back in the East. They trying to knock the commies out, send the commies to the NFC West. Let Arizona come bang it out in the East, man. Competitive games week after week. Shout out Arizona.
That's hilarious, bro. Because if they was in a division, bro, they would have split. At worst, they split with everybody.
Facts. Did they play Washington? I don't even know.
Oh, they didn't play Washington, I don't think.
They probably did.
We had to go look because these teams be having like division schedules and shit.
Yeah, that was a game no one cared about, so I can't remember it. Sam Howell probably aired them niggas out for 500. But
yeah, some crazy shit.
Regardless, shout out Arizona.
Speaking of the commies, 27-10. 49ers over them boys. Brock Purdy, 230 yards, 2 tuds. Christian McCaffrey goes down with a calf injury. I'm sure he'll be fine because he's an android, but Elijah Mitchell comes in the game, 80 yards and a tud. Then my boy Ayuk, 114 yards and a tud.
Yeah, sounds about right. I mean, at one point, Washington tried to make it interesting in the second quarter, tried to act like they was trying to fight back for real, but
yeah, that was their most points.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fight back for real. They was coming in and out of the red zone. I had San Fran. What was that line? 13.5. I had San Fran minus 13.5. They took care of that, so we good.
Mm-hmm. So I got a question for you while we here.
Yep, talk to me.
If you Terry McLaurin, right? Do you try and get up out of Washington, or you just stay there and be the guy the whole time?
I mean, I'm gone. The first ticket out of town, I'm gone, bro. What do you mean? If it's up to me and I'm Terry, all these quarterbacks and all these situations that you look at around the league, you don't think I want to go play in Kansas City with Mahomes if I'm Terry McLaurin? Or like, there's a million different places I would rather play than Washington, who can't decide on their quarterback situation. Their offensive line is terrible. So even if the quarterback is good back there, we don't know. He don't have time to get the ball too scary, Terry. I'm gone yesterday.
Yeah, that's a good. I didn't even think about that, bro. He'd be nasty with Mahomes right now with the way their receiver room looking.
He would. I'm mad I put that in the air.
Him and Lil Rice.
Now it's about to happen.
Him and Lil Cream of Rice. But yeah.
What up, Blazer?
Yeah. It was good, Jordan. Yeah, if I'm Terry McLaurin, I'm getting up out of there, bro.
Yeah.
They said Washington drafting Penix. The Raiders might draft Penix.
They could. It'll be a fun show in Vegas.
Yeah, he'll force feed Devontae Adams' back shoulder. That'd be pretty.
Oh yeah, you know he would. Did you have anything to say about that Vegas game, Vegas Indy? While we talking about Vegas?
Not really, bro. I to be honest, I didn't really watch that game.
It was closer than I expected. I thought Indy was gonna just take care of them boys. I had a minus the 1.5. They took care of that, but Vegas fought back late.
I think Jonathan Taylor helped them get over the top because, yeah, bro. I thought the Raiders been playing with everybody. Like they just came off that win against the Chiefs. You would think, but I think they got a little bit too emotional after that. So
yeah,
I ain't really got too much to say because I ain't watched that game.
Kansas City, Cincinnati. Let's tackle it.
They saying it's the year of the backup, but you go through like phases with these backups, right? They come in the game, they do all right, they do amazing, they average, then you like, what the hell? And right now, the Bengals is in what the hell territory with Jake Browning. But that's to be expected. Same shit happened with a starter, I feel like, in my opinion. But like the more tape that come out, and the Chiefs is like a seasoned team that just got punched in the mouth last week. So it was kind of bad timing for the Bengals to be coming into Arrowhead.
Yep.
To play them boys. So
especially all the trash the Bengals been talking, like they done conjured up a rivalry out of thin air with the Chiefs, and they didn't have to do that, but they poked that bear. But just watching that game, it's like Cincinnati still has those same issues, those same demons that they were working through with Burrow. But now you got Jake Browning, who's, you know, getting sacked 5, 6, 7 times, and he's not able to overcome that in a way that Joe Burrow would be able to. I mean, Mahomes stayed clean. Fuck Pacheco, dude. Pacheco's back when he's healthy, and they actually running the ball in KC. That's the KC we need to see in the playoffs. They need to be a run first team. I'm sorry. Because it has nothing to do with the quarterback play. It has nothing to do with the schemes, right? Receivers are getting open, all that stuff good. They're not catching the ball. So Kansas City needs to be a run first team. Ride Pacheco all the way to the chip, to the AFC chip, or as long as you possibly can, and allow Patrick to just overcome in situations where, you know, it's high leverage. We need a dog ass throw.
I don't give a piss about nothing but the time.
Don't get pissed about nothing but the time. Blitz, Bama blitz.
What up?
If y'all not watching on YouTube, my boy Mikey C. Jordan just popped in, man. That's why we had a quick pause. What up, Mike? Talk to me. How you feeling?
Naysayer with an attitude.
I'm a naysayer with an attitude, man. I'm here with it, man. NWA. Real Ice Cube vibes. You know, we're back with it.
Agreed. Ain't nothing been right since Taylor came in his man life.
Yeah,
except for he got more commercials.
Yeah, he got old overnight when Taylor came into his life. Am I lying? He dropping passes we never see him drop. He not getting out of breaks the same with the same juice. I know he had that week 1 knee injury and didn't play against the Lions. Remember that? He got it in camp.
Yeah,
I think it was a meniscus or something, bro. But
that boy
Taylor
stopped going to them Thanksgivings. Bro. He stopped going to them Thanksgivings. He wasn't getting them yams. He wasn't getting them greens.
Soul food.
I'm back to eating that green bean casserole, boy.
I think he just a little bit. He just a little bit too happy. You know, Pat been married, and you know Brittany be pissing him off and shit, so he can come let out his aggression. They still honeymooning. He a little bit too happy.
So you saying Travis Kelce is too happy to succeed?
Bro, you too happy, bro.
You gotta be crazy enough.
You played this sport for how many years, bro? I had some screws loose when I was.
You gotta have some pain. Man. Gotta have some pain to be successful in the league.
And then it's crazy as hell because it's like, do you or do you not listen to your girl music pregame?
Absolutely not. What are you talking about?
But you don't know though. That's your girl. You don't know how he flirting. He in there like I'm feeling good. I'm 22.
Feeling 22 pregame.
You're not mentally prepared.
You looking 46.
You looking 42.
Goofy.
Nah, bro, because Patrick Mahomes got 2 kids, bro. That nigga pissed off. I know he
like that. You know he
got 2 kids, bro. He coming in, he letting off pure piss missiles.
He's aggravated because he's annoying.
Oh man.
Jordan said Travis Kelce is the biggest disappointment this fantasy season.
Did you use a first rounder on him?
I was about to say I know a lot of y'all took Travis Kelce in the first round. I didn't. I had him in a keeper league, so I drafted him last year, and I think the second round. So I just carried him over, rolled him over. He was tight end 1 for a majority of the year. You know, we got to talk a little fantasy with y'all boys. So I know, man, it was very painful with Kelce at points this year. I mean, at the beginning, the first 12 weeks, he was straight, but then he just hit this lull, this rough patch, man. And if that's what you was leaning on to get you a dub in the playoffs, sorry, he sold.
Man,
I'm sorry, bro. But the snipers was in town.
Dude. He did that dance, bro.
Hey, we got all the guys in here, man. We got all the guys in here.
What's up, Sam?
It's not becoming a keeper league, bro. No, we're not.
What's going on, Sam? Yeah, no, we're not gonna transition to keeper, JB. We're not gonna do it. Y'all boys not ready for that real management. That's upper level management. Right
then I'm keeping Tyreek. Yeah, if you keep it, shit.
Everybody got to keep somebody, but I'm a waiver warrior.
Yeah, you a real waiver warrior, bro. That's crazy. You grabbed Kyron Williams off waiver, right?
Ain't nobody trying to hear the waiver, bro. He was out there in the West. The West one
was working though,
bro. He was working. He was working. He was working.
Bro, you're not winning.
It was digging, dog.
You're not winning them games if you ain't hitting the waiver, bro.
Put us in the West, bro. Come on, Chaz. Put us in the West.
Nah, if we slide to the West, we taking over the West,
out
bro.
the West. We can see who a real warrior.
Nah, we gonna bring them niggas to the East, like Washington and Oregon, see if they can survive in the Big Ten.
Do you really think them divisions made? Because I was in another league. I was in another league, bro, where there was no divisions, and I won that. I won that too. So I ain't really buying.
All right, bro.
Light flex.
Back to back, two times.
Won that too in my other league.
That league was cake too. Well, while I'm thinking about it, divisions or not.
It was low key
job league too.
Yeah, it's my job league. Shout out to the RPs, man.
Get a note on your desk, man.
Fired.
Your black
ass bro.
Gone. Naysayer.
That Naysayer out of here.
Yeah, I was sick, bro. I started off with Najee Harris and Josh Jacobs. They wasn't doing nothing. They got me 2 L's.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
But what's crazy about fantasy though is how it switched over to you need running backs to you might need a couple running backs, so you better have 4 receivers, nigga.
Yeah, facts.
You better have 4 receivers.
I was cracking up because me and Melvin had talked at the beginning of the year about it, and I was like, I really draft and play my lineup as if it's a real life offense. Like, why is my flex my slot? Like, I'm like my flex gotta be my man. I'm like, he gotta be Nico Collins, gotta be there because he can't be my receiver 1. He gotta be in the slot. I'm like, he gotta be the wide, bro.
I'm glad you pointed that out because Christian Kirk definitely was in the flex.
I feel like I do the same thing, bro. It's just probably natural. It's like you just building out the depth chart, bro.
That's how I be doing it on NCAA. I put the short fast in the
facts.
Come on, man. Put them at
B Cooks and Lockett. B Cooks and Lockett basically alternated in my flex all year. Later in the season, I picked up the last couple weeks Ty Chandler. But that's one thing I gotta say about fantasy too, real quick, bro. Is I don't want to hear nothing about how well you draft and how good of a manager you are. At the end of the day, I'm in the playoffs playing against Melvin, round 2, and Amari Cooper has 250 yards and 3 touchdowns. I'm straight, bro. There's nothing I could have did to overcome that.
It's really about luck, bro.
It's about luck, bro. You just got to get lucky at the right time, dude. Amari Cooper ain't did nothing like that in 5 years.
The week before, he just happened to pick up the Raiders. He just happened to pick up the Raiders, and they had an all-time performance against the Chargers. The fuck can I do with that?
I picked up the Raiders the week before on defense playing against Mike. And them niggas had 63 points on the Chargers.
Like
four of those studies was on defense.
I was on a bye weekend, just picked up Zamir White just cause I knew nobody wasn't paying attention.
Just cause.
It happens, man. That's the league. We had a good league though. The league he would have to do.
I damn near ran 11 personnel. Jerome Ford in the flex, Adam Thielen. Kyron Williams
was a good pickup to start the league.
Zamir White. Yeah, but I think Caleb dropped him, or Matthew might have dropped him.
I think Caleb scooped him up early, bro. I think
Caleb scooped him early.
Because I grabbed Kareem Hunt as soon as they signed him.
Gambling shit.
I thought Dalton was gonna finish. I thought Dalton was gonna finish the year.
Yeah,
so I was like, yeah, he gonna find his guy. He gonna find.
He did from 2 games. Some 2 games where they was going crazy.
That's what got me through the middle of the season. Because Kyron Williams was out for 4 weeks.
Yeah, he's on IR.
Yeah, bro, but shout out to the snipers, man. Doom.
Every time, bro.
This nigga, man.
Yeah, that's 2 times in the league. That's 2 times
champ,
in the league, man.
You a champ. You can't argue it.
I gotta get me a belt or something.
What you need to do is take them winning since you win in multiple leagues and shit. Grab us a trophy. Make the 111 Ball Club trophy. Grab us a little Dilly cup.
Right.
The engravings on it.
Are we gonna name the trophy after this nigga now?
the Dilly cup? Nah, bro.
Are we gonna name the trophy after this nigga now?
The 111. The 111.
The Sylvester Cup. The Sylvester Cup. I can't
remember the Sylvester MVP, Most Valuable Manager of the Year award. He might
that might have to be.
Yeah.
He
might get something like that.
Yeah, he might.
You won 2 out of the first 3 of the 111 fantasy leagues.
Printer on the award, bro.
So yeah, shout out to you, bro. You the nigga we coming for real. You can't go win 2 out of 3.
We definitely going.
You know what I be trying to forecast these receivers though. When I do be drafting, that'd be the most important thing for me. Because last year was Cooper Kupp. I was like, he gonna get his. He was kind of good last year, and I forgot who I grabbed. This year. It was Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase had a dog ass year, and Ayuk. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ayuk was a nice trend. He was a nice trend because I think you had him last year too, didn't you?
Maybe, but Nick. Well, I was like the 12th pick, and I was low in the draft. Or I was 4th or something.
I got Tyreek off the bat.
Yeah,
Facts.
whatever.
Tyreek went 1. That's right.
I was like, I just know he gonna take Justin Jefferson. Psych.
Fuck out of here. But I did take Kirk Cousins though. He ended up getting hurt. Then I lost.
Yeah, that was a good
Joe
pickup.
Burrow. I lost Joe Burrow, Mark Andrews in the same game.
Hey, bro, I was
I'm the
hooping
only
with
nigga,
Sam.
bro.
I was
I'm
hooping
the
with Sam
only
Howell
nigga,
for a
bro.
couple weeks.
I'm the only nigga,
Sam was
bro,
balling.
that went 11-3, bro, and got bounced in the first round. That shit crazy as fuck.
Yeah, that's
I didn't have
bro.
my team. Like, I don't know who the fuck I had on my team by the end of that shit. Like, I'm like, this shit done. This shit's over, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Tyreek,
luck, bro.
It's really like you really just you got to peak at the right time, and just like you said, it's luck because Cooper having that dog ass game. Whoever had CD Lamb, bro, the other day, and Lamar Jackson like on their team, I know they probably had a dog. Like you can't do nothing with that.
Wow.
On one team, I got CD, the one I won, the other one I won, CD and Amari Cooper. Now think about what kind of game that was.
Yeah, he was eating.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
But speaking of playoffs, speaking of playoffs, bro,
let's get back into it. Fantasy corner over.
Let's get back to this. That's probably the most fantasy we don't talked on this podcast. But
man,
hey, the boys in blue versus the Tide. I don't get pissed about nothing but the Tide. So we had a lot of links or naysayers.
A lot of naysayers.
As Jalen would say, "Oh, y'all ain't gonna beat Bama every time y'all run into the SEC. Y'all get rolled. Last time y'all ain't beat Bama since Tom Brady.
Boy said y'all ain't mess with nobody south of the Mason Dixon.
Mason Dixon needs nuts, nigga. The fuck is you talking about? We the North.
We the North.
Y'all the North. Yeah, bro. I hate that, bro, because they be acting like you only get Southern kids when you in the South. Right. Or we can't get no Southern kids.
Like Denard Robinson ain't come carry the brand for years from Florida. At Michigan.
But I don't know if I said it on the pod, or I don't know if I said it in passing though, but I predicted Michigan to go all the way, because of everything going on this year, literally all the controversy from top to bottom, they have to go. You had 3 new coaches first 3 weeks of the season. You get them to come back, and then you got another scandal, and then you get him coming back, and then you got the whole Big Ten chip, everything else. So it's only right that they go win the cup. Now the thing is, I feel like they should win based on everything else. But just like I told Chaz the other day on the phone, the team that I believe is going to give them the most problems, they're playing them in the chip.
It's Washington, facts.
So it's I know if they played Texas, it wouldn't even be close. It'd have been they would have whooped the shot of Texas.
I wanted Texas so bad.
And it's but Washington, they gonna whoop on anybody. And then just like I told Melvin last night, I said, watch them pull up that Indiana bullshit. First thing I see more, Penix beat him when he was at Indiana. He beat Michigan. That's what they're gonna do. But if anybody I'm scared of for them, it'll be them, because them boys, I don't know what it is on out. Them corners gonna be tested.
They got 3 NFL receivers and an NFL quarterback, first round quarterback. So that's the issue, and that's why I said Texas ain't got enough DBs to cover everybody, bro. Because for a minute, Odunze was quiet, then he'll make a play, then Polk will make a play, then McMillan will make a play, and then out of nowhere, Dylan Johnson coming. So you don't know where to turn.
Tight end catching passes.
Tight end catching passes.
And you don't heard that he only played 2 games in high school. You know,
that 50
8 times.
He catching mad balls on y'all for only you have played 2 games now.
He really a hooper for real. He out here doing y'all like this.
Yeah, but when you got a post coming in front of your face and then another post coming behind your head, you just
But and then they on the mark though.
And
He
It ain't no
dropping dots,
error,
bro. Like
even when he hit
dropping
the
dots.
DB, it's still perfectly in stride to the to the receiver.
It's crazy, bro. That shit crazy as fuck.
Yeah, this was a fear of mine early too, is because I always felt like we've been saying this all year. If you put Washington on the field with those skill players, like everybody talks about how Alabama and Georgia have the highest talent composite in the country and have the most blue chippers, which are 4 and 5 stars.
Mhm.
And if you put Bama on a field with Washington, you would think Washington was the team with all the blue chippers. Washington has better players at the skill positions than Alabama does. And it's clear as day. So I always felt like Washington is going to have a puncher's chance in any game. That's why I bet on them in the Oregon rematch. And that's why I bet them niggas to beat Texas. Because you put them on the field in beautiful weather or in a dome, like you said, this is a 24, 25-year-old quarterback playing with
left-handed,
3-4 NFL receivers, bro. They always got a shot. They always got a shot.
And he got pocket presence too, bro.
And got presence, bro. And Michigan is going to be tested in the way they have not been tested this year. If Michigan had played Ohio State this year and Ohio State had CJ Stroud, that would have been the only type of like scheme that was somewhat calm. Yeah. But like I said earlier in the year too, if there was any coach in the country I could sit down and have lunch with, it's Kalen DeBoer. And it's because of the stuff that they're running. Him and Ryan Grubb got it going, boy. Like you said, the double post, just the way they're going to stretch you vertically. Michigan has not been challenged vertically like this since TCU last year. And that's what scares me.
They got a better quarterback.
I believe Michigan is going to take care of business. I don't want to say scares me as in I don't think we can beat them. But
I definitely
it's just
they're going to win. I think
this is the most formidable foe that we was going to get in this 14 playoff is Washington.
I think this is a nice send-off for Harbaugh. Like if he going to leave on a high note. I think this is gonna be, and I know ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. But I definitely think that he gonna go on, get this dub and take his ass up to the NFL again. Like I'm hearing all the news. He done hired Don Yee, who's supposed to be somebody else agent who be in the NFL and boo 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 and all the other stuff. So I just think that he gonna go off on top, and then he done. And there's rumors out there that Michigan is supposed to get some NCAA penalty going forward. He's trying to beat that because of the whole kind of style stuff. So even if he ain't, I think he going out on top. And then even if he doesn't win, Harbaugh has done what people didn't think he could do. Because again, 5 years ago they was like he should be done, and now he got y'all to the playoffs 3 times in a row, 3 Big Ten chips, and beat the greatest coach of all time to get to the chip. And now, you know what I mean? Like he's really checked off every box, like at this point. And if
besides winning the big one, and if he do that, he checked off every box.
Like for real. And then
they said the goal there. While you on that, they said the goal. He said the goal was to get Michigan back to glory. Yeah. So if he gets to the national championship, I think win or loss, technically he hit the goal. But you really want the big cheese. But the keys to this game, to keep it on the game, they got to get Michael Penix on the ground. And what nobody else has been able to do is get him on the ground. Like you said, pocket presence. You flush him left or right, he can flip his hips and flick the ball to anybody. So the key to this game is to have lane discipline when you rushing him and not let him get somewhere and get his eyes downfield. Because what they had going to in the advantage in the Alabama game is when Milroe saw pressure, he was taking off and using his athleticism, and it worked. But to this point, if your eyes ain't up, that's 6 points. That's 6 points over your head. So lane discipline, and when you get back there, you got to get him on the ground, and that's how they're gonna have a chance.
Playing behind that dog ass line.
You're gonna give up a couple back shoulder throws and all that other stuff, but once they get them, you gotta stay on your shit. You gotta let that shit go. I think that's the keys to that game, because they can run the ball on them.
You know what I've noticed too? The last 2 games that they've played, they've been up on teams fast. Like they scoring fast. Like the last 2 games, like they got up on Oregon fast, and they almost got up on Texas by 2 scores if he dropped that punt. Of course, Cuz was a transfer from Michigan State. Of course he was. So, like again, to add to it, another key point, his offensive line did win the Joe Moore Award for the best like O-line in the country, just like Michigan did a year ago. So
Yeah,
you
2 years
playing
straight.
the best D line in the country against the best O-line in the country with a quarterback that's NFL prepared with 3 wide receivers and probably one of the better defensive schemes in the country. So it's going to be a good chess match between the two to see who can really handle business. Again, I think it's really going to come down to who going to either have like the last 2 or 3 possessions and who going to punt the most. Because I'm scared to think that Michigan having the ball last and then giving them too much time on the clock. Like they scoring too
Yeah, and
fast
then hopping
and
in
giving
that
them too much
prevent too
time. And
early.
now you like, oh fuck. Because all it take is first play of the game, bro. He threw it up because spun, he down at the 1. Like he didn't take that much. So
Yeah.
I mean,
with other teams, you like, okay, they can play from behind, but these teams like you be like, okay, like if you
I'm
can
gonna
give
let
them
you go,
32
Chaz, and then I'm
seconds and they go.
gonna say why
that's a
they,
great point, bro. I'll give my quick keys, from my opinion, keys to the game. Melly hit it too, like very well. You got to get pressure on Mike Penix, but like that Texas defense that he just shredded was like in the hundreds or 70s or something like that in pass defense in the nation. This is a top 10, top 5 pass defense, if not higher than that in Michigan. Michigan's DBs are probably the strength of their defense right now. You're looking at Mikey Sainristil, Rob Moore, Will Johnson, who's going to be a first-round draft pick. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Michigan will be fine in the pass defense for the most part. But the key I really think of this game is not getting dragged into the tempo that Washington wants to play at. Because we know how Washington moving, bro. Washington and Washington State. I don't know if y'all watched that game. I don't know if y'all remember the Apple Cup, bro. But Washington State was able to slow Washington down, and it was by getting pressure at Penix and stuff like that. But they were able to make them play at their tempo. If Michigan gets dragged into a shootout like they did against TCU last year, I do think they're built to survive it, but they're not built to thrive in that way and dominate the game like they need to. They'll probably be able to survive it better than they could TCU last year because JJ is more experienced, and I just feel like we're a lot better than we were last year in that aspect. But Michigan wants to play this game on the ground, running the ball, controlling the rock, controlling the time. So I think that's really the biggest key is not to get dragged into their style of fight. Make it a Michigan football game. Don't let it be a Washington football game.
Yeah, you hit it on the nose. Exactly what I was going to say to that. Because if you do get into a close game, that's exactly what Washington wants to do, is be in a close game with you. They've been in close games all year. That's how they win.
Yeah.
Not saying they can't blow you out, but that Oregon, Washington State, Oregon State, hell, even USC, couple possession games, Arizona, couple possession games.
Yep.
So don't get into that. Let's
Michigan
get into this ball control. This clock position. Yeah, you trying to sneak in Michigan State?
It's just snuck in Michigan State like they went up 40 at the half.
You know that tight end Westover had 4 touchdowns. It wasn't even on Doomsday.
They seeing both the state schools in the same year.
They came down to MSU on straight lank business, nigga.
Bro,
They came to Sparty yelling lank, nigga.
Yeah,
that was bad.
Yeah. Lank Town.
That's terrible.
They came to Sparty yelling Lank Town. Nigga.
Well, shit. Well, honestly, if we think about it, Melvin, you done seen both teams in person play, like for real. You have this year.
Yeah.
So, like, what you thinking, like off the rip?
Look. Michigan can sustain a drive because if you Michigan, you go with the Penn State game plan offensively. Run the ball.
Ohio State.
Ohio State, and let's mix it up a little bit. Well, this one was hard.
I don't want us to run 40 times in a row, bro. I'm sorry.
Not 40 times, but
that was crazy, bro.
Not 40 times, but you got a healthy Blake Corum.
Yeah.
I say you play the game through Blake Corum, but JJ gonna have to hit some throws in this game. He's just gonna have to. You're gonna have to play ball, but lean on your run game. Lean on the clock. Bleed the clock because Washington can score in 30 seconds. Keep Michael Penix off the field and out of rhythm, even though it really don't matter. But like I said, let your run game help your defense. And then after that, don't, like you said, don't get into a shootout. Because if it's in the last possession, I seen it with Oregon. I seen it with Oregon State. All these teams that played them close, it didn't work out well for them. But
Yeah,
with
it's
Oregon,
almost like real quick. It's almost like you taking the bait, bro. Like Washington wants you to do this, and Oregon was so happy to jump on it. Like, oh, we going fast today? Bet. And it's like Washington's just reeling you in. Like, yup, let's do this, because we gonna get that ball last and we striking. So yeah,
He's
go ahead.
striking.
but
And you know
if you
what?
watch
We
the
don't even talk
last,
about doing that shit either.
hold on, if you watch the last game, bro, the first game they played when they was at Washington, they
Yeah.
ran the ball with Bucky Irving consistently.
Yep.
Mhm.
But the
Certain
only
game.
thing is, they turned the ball over and they missed field goals.
And they went for 2, and
And they went for 2 and they didn't convert on 4th downs. But they
Damn,
ran the
man.
ball. They ran the ball a ton with Bucky Irving. So
Yep.
I think that's the key to the game, bro.
So
And
even
they
Texas,
can do it.
Texas ran the ball too well.
They just
Them boys
fumbled.
got a fumbling too, but them boys ran the ball well as hell.
They did run it effectively, but Quinn Ewers lost Texas that game.
So
Are we gonna talk about the Michigan Bama game? Are we about to give it a quick recap?
Yeah, give it a recap, y'all. Y'all know y'all
I mean,
high
we
as
just-
fuck off that win.
We kind of just talked about the result, but we didn't really get to talk about the game about
Yeah,
like how.
let's go into it. I'm gonna let y'all give it first. Y'all the fans.
I'm not gonna go crazy like I have in the past, like after we beat Ohio State and I ran down the whole history of the rivalry. I'm not gonna do that today. I just want to point out a couple quick things, man. The fact that JJ in the second quarter, one of the biggest key plays of the game is when he had to hand off to Donovan Edwards and Edwards threw it back to him. Not only did JJ have to jump out the gym to catch that ball with one hand, he had to get back down to the ground, do a 180, and then throw a dot to Roman Wilson to keep the drive alive. And it's like every time Michigan needed to get paid, Michigan got paid because of JJ McCarthy. He let them down multiple times. That game tying drive in regulation, it was who was it? Todd McShay was talking about before the drive. Harbaugh and JJ didn't even say nothing. JJ just walked by, put his fist out, gave him a little fist bump, and it was straight like that, and went to the huddle. Didn't even have to say nothing. It's the confidence that Michigan is playing with. This is the most resilient Michigan team I've ever seen in my life. I've watched Michigan fold so many times, and I've watched this team come back and fight and stand up in the biggest situations time after time. Shout out Blake Corn for that running in overtime. Shout out Tyler Morris for showing Bama that we got speed up north, outrunning the whole team on that 40-yard touchdown catch. Great game, man. I ain't want to stick on it too long, but yeah, shout out Michigan getting it done for the first time. We in the natty, bit.
Yeah, let's talk about the trenches. The game up front that they played, partially those bad snaps was because of how Michigan's D line was playing. And the story goes, Alabama's gonna be bigger and physical up front because they Bama. But when you really pay attention to Michigan ball, when they was pushing everybody in their mouth and everybody was having trouble with this D line, that's why they was having bad snaps. So they dominated the line of scrimmage up front and ain't really let Milroe get comfortable. That's why we were seeing him like he was never comfortable in that game. If you look at him, he was sliding to begin. He was frantic. Those deep shots he was making wasn't on point. So I think they won the game up front, and that was the strength. And they rushed. They let him escape and they missed tackles, but I feel like for the most part they rushed discipline. And then on the offensive line, they had lanes for Quorum all game, and then Quorum did the rest once he got past the front line. So shout out to the guys in the trenches for bringing it home, man, setting the tone. And because that was always a slight. That was always a slight on Big Ten teams and these other teams that come and run into these SEC schools. Is like, is y'all gonna be big enough, physical enough, quick enough to win the battle up front to give your skill guys a chance?
And I feel like the Big Ten kind of got that rap because of the Big 12. They kind of lump us together. Like they would lump us in with like those Oklahoma teams that was getting blown out. But if you really look at it, when Ohio State was playing against Bama in the CFP, they ran for like almost 300 yards on Bama. So it's never been an issue in the Big Ten, right? Like Wisconsin could go run the ball with anybody. Michigan showing that we ain't win a Joe Moore this year, but we can run the ball on anybody. CeeLo says JJ showed the world what mediocre QB play can achieve with an All-American offensive line. And to that point, it's like, JJ, we don't need you to be Michael Penix. We never need you to be Michael Penix. Please don't try to be Michael Penix. Just come be a game manager. And JJ was able to do that. And on 3rd and 9s and 3rd and 10s And when the game was on the line, what did he do? He threw completions. He found Roman Wilson. He found Colston Loveland. So yeah, you can call it mediocre if you want, but it's game managing at its finest. And I'm here for it, y'all. I'll take it.
Yeah, to that comment, I'll say about mediocre QB play, I'll say it's good play because for so many years we've seen it with these guys that came in and played Q that they would lose games or they wouldn't be able to convert on time and execute. So if it's just good play and when he playing great, they unbeatable. Because last year in the TCU game, the quarterback play beat them and set them back, so they then had to go play hero ball, and then you got to make more mistakes and not dominate up front and run the ball and play to your strengths. You're trying to play a different game you ain't even played all year. So I'll say the QB play didn't hold them back. It elevated them this year. And it was good QB play and great QB play at times.
Yeah, like this was not Michigan's best game on offense whatsoever. Michigan could have played a lot better, and we still got it done. So yeah, I mean, Jalen Milroe played terrible. There was bad snaps all day. So like you said, Melly, you already touched on it, bro. This is not a problem that just happened because they were playing Michigan. We seen it against Auburn, right? Remember the 4th and 31 superhero play that Jalen Milroe did? Why was he back there on 4th and 31? You know what I mean? We seen it against Georgia. We seen it against Texas earlier in the year. We seen it with Alabama all year. Like, bro, these snaps have been an issue. How are you not able to snap the ball at Alabama? This is crazy.
Yeah, and I was sitting there also with Mike, bro. Like, they don't really got an identity at receiver because, like we said, it was a Calvin Ridley, it was a Julio Jones, it was a Amari Cooper, it was shit. You can go Jameson Williams, Jamo Williams, Devontae Smith, like Calvin Ridley, guys, dudes, Henry Ruggs when he was there, Jalen Waddle. I mean, Jermaine Burton and Isaiah Bond is good, but they not. You wouldn't compare them to any of those guys I just listed.
No way.
Like, you scared of them? You scared of them dudes? And to your point, Washington got it over there at their school. You know what I'm saying? They got them guys that Alabama usually got. So I say as well that this is a different vibe over there, bro. And I feel like a lot of it got covered up because they was winning, and so I don't know. I don't want to stick on that too long, but shout out to them guys. Shout out to the dudes in the trenches that did their job. Because Caleb ain't here to point it out.
I think them niggas need to fire Tommy Reese.
Get into it, bro. Please.
I'm calling for that nigga job. Sorry, bro. There is no fucking way, bro. Look. I understand that y'all going up against the best D line in the country, bro, but you not doing no max protection. Not at like no max protection, none. Like none all game. You get your ass whooped on online. At this point, we running 2-man routes. Like I have no reason to have my quarterback back there looking how he looking. First of all, Milroe gear is terrible. Let's start there. Out there, one leg sleeve with the ankle socks, with no arm sleeve, no nothing. Just football. I can't do it. I can't do it, bro. I like how quarterbacks with arm sleeve, little wristband. I can't say he don't look quarterbacky because they'll call me racist. But I say he look like a naysayer if we gonna speak on this. but I'm just saying, like Tommy Reese, his game plan, he probably can't. I believe that Bama heavily underestimated Michigan based off the reaction that they had when Bama got announced into the playoff. I think they came in thinking, okay, we're going to ride this high coming in. We're going to just go ahead and throw the ball all over VR, act a fool on these boys. They'll be all right. They haven't played SEC ball before. And you could tell after that first run that they had, okay, man, okay, cool. But understand it wasn't a run because the hole was just open. He had to make it happen. So once you go past that, you see everything else that happened. Bama looked average, very average. And you could give that to the defense, but I'm going to give it to the old coordinator. And I just don't think, again, he's been in these games enough or he's seasoned enough to make those adjustments, or he's never had these kind of players to say, you know what, we can ball with anybody. This is what me and you going to do. Because you can see what Sherrone Moore did. Sherrone Moore didn't have no hesitation. Like, his game plan was phenomenal against Bama, Nick Saban coach defense. You just seen it happen. Even in overtime, the run. Like it's things like that just willed their way to happen. And Tommy Reese, again, I was like, man, beginning of the year, I was like, hey, young guy, things like that. But I seen him bitch up too in the game. Like you want at halftime, you trying to tell me at halftime, like you want to say, you know what, you getting your ass dumped on every play, bro. We gonna at least get you a tight end. We gonna go 2 tight ends. Like we gonna keep the back end to help. You ain't got a fullback. Like what's going on? Like you just letting them get dumped on again. To Melvin's point, where the O line can't focus on protecting because they got to keep their eyes on what's going on. Snaps is low. Quarterback think he got to be a hero. Like the game was lost on the center, one being terrible with the snap, but two snapping the ball and not paying attention because he got to prepare for the D line coming at him. Quarterback seeing the ball low, picking the ball up, not paying attention. So he trying to be a hero. Like watch the play. He didn't even look to read. He just looked and ran. And I'm like,
he was happy to catch the ball.
He was just happy to catch the ball.
To catch the snap.
And I'm just like, bro, at this point, like Tommy Reese, bro. And then this why I got an issue with Tommy Reese because he pulled that bullshit and played that white boy. I'm after the US
Tyler Buckner.
Yeah, played him and he was butthole. So like, see, bro, he not an. I need my old coordinator's Alabama man with a little bit of controversy on.
Yeah, facts. They got to have a little bit of a checkered pass,
They need to be reform head coaches who got booted out of their school for scandals.
Jimbo Fisher, loaded.
Jimbo Fisher. I need my coaches to be Steve Sarkisian ran out of Washington for some dumb
or
shit.
A little racist like Bill O'Brien.
Right, a little racist like Bill O'Brien, or
like
couldn't put the drink down like Sarkisian.
Man, you trying to get these young church boys from Notre Dame, and you see what's happening. They don't got enough scandal on them.
Yeah, nah, they ain't got enough scandal to handle that Alabama talent. You're right.
You know who about to come to town?
Who next?
Tuck coming, nigga.
I wouldn't be surprised. He got history with Saban. I would not be shocked. He got history, bro. He'll be a defensive assistant down there. He gonna have a head coaching job in 5 years.
Well, they kept saying in that Washington game, in that Washington Texas game, they kept talking about how Saban tried to hire Ryan Grubb from Washington, and Ryan Grubb said, "No, I'm not going, bro. Like I made all these promises to all these players, like yo." We about to get this done. We about to do this, do that. Talk guys in the stand. Brought guys in from the portal. He like, I can't leave right now. That's not the time. Next thing you know,
there you go.
Here's Washington in the Natty, and there's Alabama putting out a putrid product on offense in the CFP. So yeah, it's crazy.
There you
Small
go.
world.
There you go. Yeah, but you know Saban ain't gonna stand for that. So he gonna figure something out.
Saban not going, bro.
Reese is finna get demoted to offensive assistant and quarterback coach, and they finna bring in a real vet. He probably finna bring in Jimbo, just like you said.
As I was saying, Jimbo Fisher on the way, bro.
He gonna bring in somebody, bro. He not staying there for long.
And him and Jimbo hate each other too. Like they got all that beef, but I can see them niggas getting back together one last ride.
Just to get a chip.
Look, Jimbo,
springboard his job again.
Times are changing, Jimbo. We got Oklahoma and Texas on the way to the SEC. I see you got
be like a bad
Texas
buddy
A&M.
cop movie.
Exactly. You got beef with Texas A&M. You come on over here. I'll get your head coaching job in one season. Come run the offense.
For real.
Watch him go up top. Bama winning the Natty next year if they get Jimbo on me.
He's
not even that good. I'm just saying.
Not even that good. But I don't know, bro. And then they losing recruits and all types of other cool stuff that's going on, and there's other stuff going on in that.
And they also said since Kirby left that Kirby getting them Georgia boys to stay in Georgia. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things going on. But I think we really in the midst of like what Alabama was doing, where some people eat on their watch. When in this case, Michigan and Washington is eating on Georgia's watch. Because ain't no way you telling me that Georgia wasn't one of the best 4 teams in it. They just happened to lose to Bama.
Yeah,
like they just happened to lose to Bama because. Boy, they was on live during the bowl game. They running trick plays.
I think it's clear as day. Michigan, Washington, Georgia, and Michigan, Washington, Georgia, and probably Texas. Yeah, probably Texas, the top 4 teams in the country for real.
Yeah, for real, like put together best teams.
Yeah,
but
Georgia took that L, bro.
to get a committee some credit. Them 2 games went down to the last plays,
Some
both
good
of
ass
them.
games.
So they probably
It's the
like
best weekend we've
see?
ever had, bro.
See,
Yeah,
they,
see,
shit. They still petty as hell for putting Georgia up against Florida State though. That shit's still childish. You should have had Florida State play Liberty.
You said Liberty?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Like, come on, bro. That shit was petty because damn well they weren't gonna compete.
Yeah, them niggas.
Liberty probably would have popped them. I ain't gonna lie, because that quarterback,
a closer game.
The quarterback Liberty had was kind of nice. Right?
Oh yeah. Guess what? He just hit the portal, nigga. He just hit the portal today.
He a transfer. Where he from?
No, he went there straight. Remember, because Hugh Freeze used to be the head coach there, so he went there for Hugh Freeze.
I thought he was a D1
bounce
Auburn
back.
now.
Guess what? Auburn now.
Whom?
Hugh Freeze. They talking about he might go to Auburn.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I thought you were saying they grabbed
Robbie. What's that nigga name? Robbie Ashford left. He gone. He in the portal too. He finna get lost in the portal because I don't know who's gonna grab him.
Who?
Because Robbie Ashford from Auburn.
Ooh.
Yeah, who gonna grab him? There's a lot of stars. Well, with Cam Ward doing the dash on niggas because he petty. That shit was childish.
Yeah,
that shit was childish. That's. I ain't gonna lie. If you gonna do it, that's how you do it.
What you think he was getting on the visits? I know he took a couple.
He was getting
unofficial
he was
visits.
getting treatment. Boy,
you got a couple McDonald's bags.
You got way more than that.
A couple brown paper bags.
No, you know about the Tennessee. You ain't even get the joke because the Tennessee thing. They was handing the McDonald's bags full of that cheddar, extra cheese on it.
You know he was getting right. He was getting right, especially at Miami. You know they was at Miami. They was hoping he'd go to Miami.
Facts.
But again, now I'm looking at it. Caden Salter go to O State. CJ Stroud replacement. I can see it.
They need a quarter. They need a quarterback like that, though.
They need a difference maker. I mean, they can try to roll out Aaron Nolan next year. Homegrown.
Not in this Big Ten.
Yeah, I was about to say, but it's gonna be steep.
They turned this bitch all the way up tall.
This bitch all the way up. You got the Big Ten chip going on right now. Next Monday. Yeah, you're not. Yeah, I'm sorry. You coming half-ass. You might as well be in a MAC, nigga. This should not.
Not for the faint of heart.
Not at all.
Back with Ohio and Akron.
Man, I'm telling you, bro, they gonna put niggas on notice
early.
But in other news, Tennessee, we got a first look at their quarterback, the
Nico.
5-star that they had paid all that bread to. He had 3 touchdowns on the ground.
He like a Jalen Hurts.
They play Iowa. They play Iowa, right?
Yeah, they play Iowa 35-0.
Man, against a Big Ten defense that was ranked in the top 10. Hey, he did good.
I don't know. This is the thing. I don't know what to take from those bowl games. That's not, the playoffs no more, because how many people is sitting out and all that stuff. But I don't even know what to take from them games. Like a lot of Ohio State best players was not playing against Missouri. Missouri basically wrote out all their dogs, but it's like you can only take so much from it, right?
Well, it's the same thing. It was the same thing with Ole Miss and Penn State. Ole Miss rolled out everybody except for a couple folks, and Penn State, all they first round draft picks was like
cool.
But that's it. So I heard
that's why we need the 12 team.
I heard a crazy theory, bro. Somebody said I was watching Late Kick with Josh Pate, love the podcast, great pod. He said, no, a dude asked him the question, and he said that they should do bowl games in August, like week 0 type shit. Announce the bowl games this year, schedule them bitches for week 1.
Yeah, that's a good. Okay, I got an alternate to that, because that would have been a good move in this 4 team. But now that we're going to 12 team, you got 6 different games that you can make premier bowls. So there's no point in doing it in August no more. But in the 4 team, yeah, that made sense.
Yeah, they was talking about that shit. I was like, hey, that'd be crazy as hell. That'd be crazy as fuck the bowl games. But at the end of the day, it is what it is now.
Or what if you go?
Those don't have the same mystique how they used to no more.
What if you go NBA and give a little incentive? You already paying these niggas anyway. What if you just give them a little something?
But the thing is, though, like is the risk worth the reward? Because
it's petty
every
cash.
Player gonna look at Jalen Smith. how he got hurt. So everybody like
Jake Butt.
it's really not worth it because he dropped from being a first round pick, second round pick, millions of dollars, and his career was just it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
Even though he was a great player, but it wasn't the same. And so,
But you know what that made me think of?
what?
Will Shipley got hurt in the game. I wonder what happened to him. I ain't never
So
see
it's
what the
like-
injury was.
I like that the players are taking it into their own hands. You know what I mean? Like, duh.
Got to.
But at the end of the day, as a fan, you like, ew, I hate it. But honestly, we really only watch the games that matter anyway. Like, we really only care about the playoff. Like, we ain't having to watch party for the Peach Bowl. Like, we like, no, like, we want to play off. This is what we care about. This is what we doing. Like, everything else is cool, but that shit not moving the needle.
Not they're moving the needle, but yeah, that's all going to be taken care of when all these teams are playing for a natty when they're in the 12-team playoff. They got a chance to actually, you know, get some real hardware.
Right.
People will stick around.
Yeah, Cuz all right. He ain't die. He good. His MRI came back clean. I know y'all don't care.
Yeah, Will Shipley. Yep, Will Shipley. Yep.
Yeah, no, we care about Will Shipley, man. He one of the hangovers from the great Clemson era when Clemson was still elite.
I'm just saying.
That
you
shit.
know, that would have been a one where he finished his last game out.
I watched some highlights back on that game. That was a good game. Like, I love to catch the highlights of the bowl games though, because they be going at it. Memphis and Iowa State, boy. Memphis
like that.
Team. They're like a Big 12 team out there. I'm like, damn. But hey, you never gonna pay attention to it unless it's a bowl game.
I know Penn State lost too, but that was a good game too.
Mm-hmm.
And they ain't play all they players, but that was a good game.
Yeah. Wisconsin LSU went nuts.
Yeah, Wisconsin LSU. Highlights shit. Wisconsin almost dubbed them boys.
Almost got them niggas gone.
Almost dubbed them
said,
boys.
Hold on. Let me rock your hit.
Hey, that shit motherfucking overdrawn, bro.
Put a K on it. Put a K on it.
Nigga, that shit so motherfucking overdrawn now. I know them motherfuckers in New Orleans tired of that shit. They like, y'all niggas making it. Now the world does see it. They done already got the gat, rock their hips. So what's next? Them LSU boys trendsetters.
Niggas gritty too.
All of and it's crazy because all of them LSU niggas trendsetters from Odell down.
From DeLeon down.
Everybody got a dance. So y'all know what's going on.
Yeah, bro. We got any last minute keys to the week. Chaz, you got something sharp for us? Something sharp the past couple weeks?
I've been blessing niggas lately, and ain't nobody tailing my tickets that I've been giving out. I've been giving out future tickets that have just been cashing, yo. Absolutely freaking cashing.
You banging the Steelers money line this week. That's what we doing, nigga.
And nah, that was last week's play. I gave out the Steelers. I didn't give it out on the pod. I just gave it out with y'all because I'm like, hey, it's Steel City. They gonna get to that 9-win mark. This is the weekend they do it. You get a call back to 2 years ago when they went for the 8K game. The 8K game is a 111 legendary story. But the one Big Rape went out there and got the dub. So yeah. Pittsburgh was last week. I don't really have nothing. I didn't really look at it for this week. So niggas not getting nothing. Niggas not getting
Let me sprinkle something on y'all. This ain't in depth as what Chaz got to say, but these is division implications on this parlay. So if you follow our predictions, we picked me and Chaz picked the Dolphins.
They did
to win the division, and the Falcons. I didn't pick the Falcons, but Chaz did. But
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So this is the parlay, and the Buccaneers they need to win the division and get in the playoffs. And they playing the Panthers. So, if to hedge up, Buffalo Bills money line, Atlanta Falcons, Tampa Bay, because the Saints can win the NFC South and earn the number 4 seed and get in the playoffs with the win over the Falcons and a loss or a tie by Tampa Bay.
Bro, what?
Who's Tampa Bay playing?
Tampa Bay is playing the Panthers.
Oh, yeah, that's a dub. Okay, so Tampa about to win the South.
Yeah, so
all they got to do is win
Tampa Bay. All Tampa Bay has to do is beat Carolina. But also Atlanta, if by some dumbass chance that they lose to the Panthers, Atlanta also has to beat the Saints to get a shot at the division.
Yep.
So
look, Atlanta blew it by losing to the Bears last week. They're not serious. They're an unserious franchise. I'm so over Atlanta, bro.
Unserious like a motherfucker.
Unserious like a motherfucker. I'm cool on Atlanta, bro. Don't even get that out, bro.
You don't
Them
think they're gonna
niggas
play
have scarred
spoiler?
me, bro. They have scarred me. I'm straight on Atlanta.
All right,
I'm
Bills, Bucks. You
There you
don't
go.
scoop the
Bills,
Bills,
Bucks.
Bucks, and if you want to be super sharp and want some juice, pick the Steelers. If you took Chaz's 49ers best record in the league, take the Steelers.
I'm gonna tell you this
Because
right
then
now, bro.
Niners will have the best record in the league.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, bro.
It's locks, man. All locks.
It's all locks, bro.
What up, Mike?
Nothing. I ain't had nothing. I just wanted to say it's all locks. I believe y'all.
All right, well, without further ado,
Hold up, no.
Out of here,
'Cause we gotta,
cool.
Loki
Thank
gotta,
you.
before we get there, man.